In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to properly quote plumbing jobs. Hey, welcome to the Plumbing Gurus. My name is Karsten. On this channel, we strive to save you money and keep you informed on all the proper plumbing practices. Okay, so we're going to just jump in over to the computer here. We're going to show you guys how to properly quote jobs. I have two different types of ones I'm doing here. I got a new construction and a rental one. They're kind of different, so we're just going to quickly go through here and show you how that's done. All right, so right now I have a blank estimate. I'm going to just start with a blank one for this first one. So we go to edit. We already have our joist. If you don't have joist, you're going to want to get joist to follow along with this one. So you're going to want to fill out your client's information. I'm just using fake names and fake everything right now, so we're not using people's information. We got John Doe. Fill out the email address, name, address, city, and province. You can put in as much information as you can. If you want to do their phone number and postal code or zip code, you can. You want to have your logo here and your information, as much information as you can. And then it's going to auto-populate your estimate numbers. 282 is one of the ones I'm on. Your date is already auto-populated there. You can have PO numbers. If you use PO numbers, you can do that too. All right, so we're going to start with new construction, plumbing and gas, new construction. So this is awesome. This is something we provide for you guys if you want to join us and learn more from us within our course that we have. So when I first do this, anytime that I'm doing a new construction quote, I'll get my blueprint set up, and then I will automatically just drop this information in right here. We got our gas line, drains, water lines, finishing, and this is just kind of like a starting point for me. So this is what I'll start with. I'll go through my blueprint and I'll actually have all my questions for my builder or contractor and go through and make sure that we have everything. Are we putting steamers in? Are we putting softeners in? So you want to make sure you're getting as much of that information from them as possible, so that when you do fill this out, everything is already listed in there and there's no questions. And then also we'll go further later with doing notes and stuff like that. But again, I start with this. I got my new construction and we provide all this information. You can have this, it's included. So we're going to want to figure out gas lines. We'll start with gas lines. So you can have it will be sized according to the furthest BTU. How many furnaces is there? How many hot water tanks? How many stoves? You can add all these different things, but these are just kind of your standard things that you're going to be putting in there. And then drains, you can break it up however you want. This is how I've done this one. We got basement, main floor, second floor, water lines. So like the basement, you're going to want to figure out what you're putting in there. We have these things already pre-added in there. If whatever is different, you can change that as you go. You got your main floor plumbing. So then this is just drainage we're doing right now, not water lines or anything like that. So main floor drains and vents. Run drains and vents to powder room, one toilet. You want to be as specific as you possibly can when quoting. The more information you can add in there, the better, and it'll make you look like a champion when you're sending those quotes out. So then second floor, again, it's the same thing. To add as much information as you can. We got a 5-piece bathroom, one toilet, one shower, 2 vanities, one freestanding tub. You can change all this stuff. Water lines. Sometimes if it's a bigger house, we'll run 1 inch. So we'll run 1 inch hot and cold through the basement for better flow, and then we'll take 3/4 inch groups off the 1 inch. So we have that written right in here. We don't always do that. If it's more than 4 bathrooms, we'll probably start running 1 inch, but if it's 4 or less bathrooms, we'll only do 3/4, and sometimes we'll just do 3/4 branches. And then we got finishing. So there's going to be other stuff you can add in here, but this is just like a good starting point to do. And then with new construction, a lot of times we do hydronic heating. So we'll come in and we'll type in hydronic heating, and within the course that we provide, we have all this stuff in downloadable content that you can just copy paste and put it in, whether you're using Joist or QuickBooks, whatever software you're using for quoting and invoicing. You put these in as line items. So you go to item list, and we have this whole list of items that we're going to have pre-made for you, ready to go. Okay, so for hydronic heating, this is just a standard one. Again, it's the same thing. You're going to want to be job specific, but this is just a good starting point. So we got in slab. A lot of times you're doing the in slab in the concrete, and then you're doing your boiler work, and then you're doing, sometimes you'll do in joist, or maybe you're doing staple up, which is in joist. It's staple up under the joist. You could change this to over slab, whatever. Again, this is just a starting point, and that's it. And then when you come down here, you're not going to want to accept credit cards. You're going to want to turn that off when you're doing quotes. So then you come down here, you can have your signatures on, and you have notes. This is where you're going to want to put in any kind of notes, like price does not include softener or fixtures. Price does not include fixtures. Sorry, I'm just giving you an idea. So you want to list through as much stuff as you possibly can, the things that aren't included. So when they read the quote, if they're like, well, actually we want a softener, then you can go back and revamp it and add it in if you need to. And again, this is just like a very basic one, but this is how I normally would send mine. This is what a lot of mine actually look like. And this is what wins me jobs. The more detail you have, I get commented by a lot of clients saying how much detail I have. And this is one thing that a lot of people leave out. So I promise you it's worth doing. I'm going to save that. We're going to come over to, so now we got 36,200. It looks nice. You could email this directly. You could download it as a PDF and then send it through your email. That looks better than just sending it through Joyce. There's several different ways of doing that. So this one is a reno. So renos and new construction are going to be a little bit different. This is one that we just did. And I don't normally do this, but I left it in here just to show you guys it's an option that you can do. You can break everything down. So again, it's just more detail the better. So you got water lines, recirc line, mechanical room, kitchen, master bathroom, main bathroom, laundry, bathroom. This particular client wanted to know what each line item was going to cost. We didn't necessarily do it all in one line item. We just put the cost number, and you could do this as line items in here too and have each one separate. Again, I don't normally do this. I don't prefer to do this, and actually I probably will never do it again. The only upside to doing it this way is knowing how much to charge them after you've completed the job. So if you've completed water lines, you can go back and invoice them $5,700 for the water lines and you're done. You're going to want to keep track of that on the back end. So like I said, this is a great way to get started and get your quotes kind of looking nice and pretty. You can reword things. Again, we got recirc line, mechanical room, kitchen, master bathroom. If you have all these line items and you're not necessarily doing this big of a renovation, this is like a full gut renovation. You can just take out the ones you're not doing. If you're not doing any gas work, delete it. You're not doing a floor drain to the mechanical room, delete it. Or if you are, but it's not this exact wording, well, just reword it. This particular job, we did some hydronic heating. I just inserted my hydronic heating. It looks a little bit different than the new construction one. So I had to reword some stuff. I added some stuff, as much detail as possible. You got your price up here, you got your GST, whatever taxes you're charging, and then you come down here and you can, all looks pretty. You can add markup and discounts and request deposits and payment schedules. I don't usually use any of that, but you can. And then again, come down here to the notes. I've noted to them that price does not include the steamer, does not include fixtures, water treatment equipment. This is on a well system. Price does not include the boiler work or a hot water tank. So again, the more information you can put into these notes, the better. And it's going to make you look good, and it's going to save your ass when they ask you to do something. You say, well, that wasn't included in the quote, then you can charge extra for it, which is you're going to want to keep track of those separately. That's a whole separate topic. So we're just going to save this, and that is it. Save, and now you have it. You can email it. You can print it. Like I said, you can save it as a PDF and then email it. It's probably the best way, the most professional. If you're working with a new contractor or somebody that you've never worked for before, you're going to want to probably just download the PDF and send it in your own letterhead so that it looks more professional rather than just sending it from Joyce. Sometimes sending from Joyce, it could potentially go to their spam folder unless they have you marked as somebody that they trust type of thing. All right, thanks for watching. If you're interested in going further with us and learning more from us, we actually have a link in the description below. You can check that out, and we'll see you on the next one.